Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Garden City Community Chat. This is episode number 538. It's Thursday, July 29th, 2021. We are happy that you could join us tonight. I am your host, Kerry, and also joining me tonight, Garden City's busiest weatherman, Dr. Tom Iwinski. Tom, how you doing?
Doing well. Looking forward to a change in the air, and we'll get into the details shortly.
Yeah, I hope so. Get rid of this Richard weather.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Also, former Garden City Councilman and longtime resident, Mr. Mike Jones is here. We're in studio. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing excellent, Kerry, but I am getting better. Thank you.
Good. Tonight, we're pleased to have with us Sue Strong, program coordinator from MADD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and also Garden City Police Officer Jacob Minch. And he is a recent recipient of an award given for going above and beyond detecting and enforcing alcohol-related driving offenses. Also, K-9 Officer Sergeant Bruce Shippey will be here, so stay tuned. We'll be chatting with them shortly. But first up will be Tom with the latest weather report for you, and then Mike will close out the show with some community events and announcements. Right, Mike?
Yes, sir.
So grab your favorite beverage or snack, and we hope you'll stick around and join the conversation for the next hour or so. Should be a good one. Now, if you have any questions or comments and you're watching us live on Facebook, please go ahead and put them in the comments section or text us at 734-788-9319, and we'll do our best to get them answered for you. You can also join us live on air via the smartphone, laptop, or PC by following the link I put in the comment section, so feel free to do that as well. All right, we hope that you are doing well and you are safe. We do have a couple of announcements real quick that you'll want to know about to get on your calendar. Next week, August 5th, we'll welcome Westland Mayor William Wild to the show. He's going to be talking about their big event coming up, Blues, Brews, and Barbecue. That runs 2 days, Friday, August 6th and Saturday, August 7th. So right around the corner. This event attracts a lot of people from all over. So be sure to join us next week when we'll get all the details from Mayor Wild. And then for, what's that?
That'll be after his primary, won't it?
Yeah, right after the primary. So yeah, that's going to be interesting, right? And then for those of you that follow me on Facebook, you all know I recently purchased a Blackstone griddle, which I love. And since then, I've seen where several others have gotten one as well. Well, August 26th show, we will have live from Florida, the Wall Twins, the YouTube influencers that cook everything on the Blackstone. You won't believe all they can cook. And they are entertaining as heck, I'll tell you that. So we hope you'll join us for these upcoming shows and get them on your calendars. We also want to do a quick thank you to all of our listeners and followers on the show who tune in every Thursday night, not only from our hometown of Garden City, but several of our surrounding communities as well. Let us know what community or state you're listening from. I know we have a few from Florida, right? And even the United Kingdom, right?
Yeah,
Dave
last week, our guest of honor.
Right. We want you to know your support is greatly appreciated, and we'll continue to promote our community and yours. So please continue to watch, share, and listen. And if your community has any events, announcements, or cancellations that you would like to get out to our listeners, what should they do, Mike?
I would suggest they email us, Kerry.
Exactly. Email those details to us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com or message us on Facebook at facebook.com/gcchat, and we'll be more than happy to pass that information along for you. Okay, let's get Tom in here for the weather, and we'll spend some time chatting with our guests, Sue Strong, Officer Minch, and Sergeant Shippey. So stand by. Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away. You there, Tom?
Oh, yeah. I was just waiting for you to cue me in. Yeah, I mean, this weather has been fairly active recently. And as we get into the new month, I'm looking forward to a nice change in our weather pattern. And I know you and Carrie, you and I are looking forward to this change in the weather because we are ready for this humidity and this heat to finally diminish out there. And we'll get into that. But before we get into that, I just got to talk about this summer so far because the month of June, and now that we're finally ending July, it has been the most active that it has ever been in such a long time. I mean, the most recent severe weather outbreak that occurred across the Great Lakes occurred on Saturday.
No, I don't have
we
you
had
guys up.
quite a bit of rain throughout that whole region. We've seen another 2 inches of rain across Garden City in a very short period, and it caused, again, a lot of flooding out there, not just here in Garden City, but all across our highways and our intersections and what have you. So it's been a fairly active period of another round of flooding out there. I mean, this is the third time we had flooding out there this summer, which is unprecedented just in itself. So it's been a fairly busy summer. On top of that, we also had tornadoes. Luckily, although tornadoes missed us, but we had 4 tornadoes on Saturday across Michigan, which is fairly rare because we don't really see tornadoes that often here in Michigan. And we've seen 4 of them across our region on Saturday evening. So just wanted to briefly update you on the latest with the crazy weather that we have been dealing with.
Yeah.
And running the numbers again, we are nearly up to 17 and 18 inches of rain this summer, which is a total that we've never seen. At least I've never seen that high for a short 2-month period out there. So that has been a fairly active season. We've seen our flooding. We've seen a lot of issues. We've seen the heat and humidity. I'm finally ready for a break. I don't know about you guys, but it's finally happening. And as we get into tonight, the cold front is starting to move through our region right now, and it's going to continue to move through throughout the overnight hours. So we'll see temperatures drop out into the lower 60s tonight. And as we get into tomorrow, we're going to see a pretty nice day out there. We're going to see temperatures into the mid 70s for highs. We're going to see a whole lot of sunshine. We're going to see the humidity drop significantly. So it's going to be a comfortable, mild day out there. So enjoy it. Because this is one of our nicer, quieter periods. And it's going to continue as we get into the weekend. If you have any outdoor plans during the daytime hours, we're definitely going to see a lot of dry time and a lot of sunshine out there with temperatures into the upper 70s, into the lower 80s at times. So it's going to be a nice weekend out there as well. We'll probably see a little bit of rain on Saturday evening as a little bit of a front moves through. But overall, it's going to stay fairly dry this weekend. And as we get into next week, it looks fairly quiet finally across our area. Temperatures will be much more comfortable, a little bit warm, but much more comfortable into the lower 80s all of next week, which is nice. We're definitely enjoying a much quieter temperature-wise with some lower temperatures, lower humidity to start the month of August, and finally some dry weather. I mean, we've had our rounds of dry weather, but this is going to be a nice longer period of some drier weather as we get into next week with each and every day dealing with a mix of clouds and sun with temperatures in the low 80s. So, Carrie, I know you're ready for this cool down to happen. I know probably a lot of people are ready for it. Maybe not Richard, but we don't care, right?
No, we don't.
We're ready for the change in our weather pattern to really quiet down and to really dry out because we need a nice break in our crazy weather. And finally, I can finally breathe because it's been a fairly busy season out there. And other than that, it's been fairly active, not just here, but all across the U.S. We've been seeing a lot of rounds of severe weather. Like I said, we actually seen our busy severe weather season on Saturday. Luckily, that is just one and done. I don't really see any more severe weather across our region. A lot of severe weather continues across the eastern United States right now. And the monsoon season is fairly busy right now as well, with a lot of rain in a short amount of period, causing a lot of problems in the southwestern United States as well. So the West is dealing with rain or no rain out there. and when it does rain, it rains too fast and it floods out there. So it's been a fairly active season for the monsoons out there as well. But the rain, the people that need the rain aren't getting the rain. So unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword out there. But the good news is hurricane season remains quiet. But unfortunately, as we turn the month of calendar month into August, and especially into September, it will probably become much more busier. So enjoy the quiet period. But if you want to keep tuned to all my local weather information, just go to my website, dopplertownweather.com, and it will keep you updated on our local weather information. So enjoy the cool down, enjoy the dry weather, and as we close out summer. It's crazy already to think about. We're winding down in summer. I mean, we're already in August. I mean, that's mind-boggling in itself. But finally, enjoy the weather.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be ready to get rid of this community for sure. All right, let's introduce our guest for tonight. She is the program coordinator for Mothers Against Drunk Driving and a longtime friend of me and Cheryl's. Please welcome Sue Strong. How you doing, Sue? Good. Thanks for being here. Your mic's on? Let's see. There you go.
Thanks for having me, Carrie.
Absolutely. It's been too long, huh?
Yes, definitely way too long.
Yeah, it's nice to see each other in person.
Yes, in person.
And Mike, too. Nice to see you in person.
Yeah.
Hey, also joining us tonight are two of Garden City's finest from the Garden City Police Department. Please welcome Sergeant Bruce Shippey, our K-9 and Community Resource Officer, and also Officer Jacob Minch. Let's bring them in. Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
Good to
Thanks
see you
for being here
too.
tonight, guys. Might have a little delay. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll make it work, though. You hear me okay, Bruce?
I sure can. Can you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, good. We're using a phone today.
Okay. That'll work. So, Sue, I first want to share a quick 3-minute video, okay? I pulled it off the website,
Yes.
and then I'll get a comment from you. So let's watch this video real quick here, all right?
At MADD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of kindergarten. Zero sons and daughters who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. Since MADD's founding, we've made great progress. Drunk driving fatalities declined by more than 50%. All 50 states raised the legal drinking age to 21 and made it illegal for adults to drive with a blood alcohol concentration at or above 0.08. And as of 2016, over half of the country is covered by all offender ignition interlock laws. This is all good news, but it's not good enough. It's not good enough because every year, drunk driving injures 290,000 people. It's not good enough because every year drunk driving takes 10,000 lives. It's not good enough because it isn't zero. But we know that we can get to zero, and it starts with you. When you work with MADD, you're part of the campaign to eliminate drunk driving. The campaign has 4 initiatives. 1. Support more high-visibility law enforcement. If people think they'll be caught, they're less likely to drive after drinking. DUI checkpoints can reduce drunk driving deaths by 17% and are one of the strongest deterrents to drunk driving currently available to law enforcement. 2. Ignition interlocks for all convicted drunk drivers. Ignition interlocks force offenders to provide a sober breath sample before operating their vehicles. This keeps drunk drivers off of the road and reduces repeat DUI offenses by 67%. If ignition interlocks were adopted nationwide, an estimated 1,000 additional lives could be saved each year. 3. Advanced vehicle technology. This is the future of a world without drunk driving. The driver alcohol detection system for safety will use breath and/or touch sensors inside the vehicle to determine if a driver is over the BAC limit of 0.08 and keep the car from moving. Additionally, autonomous vehicle technologies have the potential to eliminate many types of roadway fatalities, including drunk driving. If universally adopted, no more victims will become a reality. 4. Public support. Everyone has a responsibility to help eliminate drunk driving. Thanks to non-drinking designated drivers, taxis, public transportation, and ride-sharing apps, there's no excuse to drive drunk. And buckle up every time. Wearing a seatbelt is the best defense against a drunk driver. When you support MADD and the campaign to eliminate drunk driving, your time, your financial support, your energy will all add up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
That kind of says it all, don't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
The
Yeah.
numbers are incredible, and it's probably even higher now since that, right?
Yes, it has gone up. Like 2020 was bad, even though the establishments were closed, the bars were closed. The increase in DUIs were higher than usual, which shouldn't have been there since nobody should have been out on the road.
Right.
And it's just amazing to where the thought process of people are these days, not realizing when they are in a vehicle and they don't have control of it, it becomes a killing machine.
Right.
And 4,000 pounds going against somebody, there's very slim chances that person's going to survive.
It's amazing how technology is now involved so much now with the on the cars and
Yes, actually, there's a bill that we've been working with. It's the RIDE Act and the HALT Act. They're combined. And the HALT Act is actually named after a family from Northville, the Abbas family. And they were killed in Kentucky
right.
a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Terrible.
Wrong way driver on the expressway, and the entire family was killed. So one of the family members have been heavily involved with MADD, working with Senator Dingell.
Okay.
And it went to the Hill about a month ago.
Okay, so recent.
So this recently to mandate all the technology be put on new vehicles.
Well, let's hope it doesn't stall
So-
in there. Yeah, that'd be a
Yeah.
great thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Mothers Against Drunk Driving was actually founded at a kitchen table
Yes,
in 1980.
1980 in California by Candy Leitner. Yes,
Wow.
because her daughter was killed by a drunk driver.
Yeah.
And it's expanded to this.
Yeah. And it's not just Mothers Against Drunk Driving, it's Mothers Against Drug Driving as well, correct?
Yes, our mission changed in about 4 years ago. Our presidents that we have, they're volunteers. And obviously there's a process for them to become president for us, but it's a non-paying job. It's all volunteer on their end. And the president that we did have at that point in time, her son, who was only 17, was in the back seat as a passenger, female driver that was intoxicated with drugs and alcohol.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
drove into a lake, and he couldn't get his seatbelt undone, so he drowned to death. So that's when we cover drugs now in our mission.
So now your title is program coordinator. Can you share with
Yes.
our listeners what that entails?
Program coordinator. I get involved
Probably
in
wear a lot of
everything.
hats, right? Yeah.
I wear a lot of hats, yes. Pretty much run the office. We just have one office in Michigan, and we're located in Troy. And I cover the bills, make sure all the equipment's working,
Do interviews.
do interviews. Yes, I've been interviewed by Channel 2, Channel 7,
Wow.
done all that.
Garden City Chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, the
Garden
big time.
City Chat now. I'm up on the horizon here. And so my main job is coordinating victim impact panels.
Okay.
And those are for second and time offenders that are sentenced to attend a MADD VIP.
Oh, okay.
And we have victims that will speak at these victim impact panels, for they can tell their story of how their life was
Oof,
prior, during, and after the
that's
crash.
got to be tough.
It is tough.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Officer Minch, I want to get you in here. Congratulate you on your award that you received.
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah.
Now-
Hi, Officer Minch.
Hi, Sue. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
So why don't you and Sergeant Shippey tell us how that came about, if you want to do that.
Well,
Whoever wants to go
in 2020, I was assigned to the Traffic Bureau. Sergeant Shippey was my supervisor overseeing the bureau back there that Chief Givens assembled and everything. And it was cracking down on people like the reckless driving, people running lights, drunk drivers, drug drivers, everything. And it was one of the worst times I've seen since I've been in Garden City working. The people just driving completely reckless, 80 and a 40. I mean, it's been an issue, and I think the Traffic Bureau and the rest of the department has been doing a great job, at cracking down on it. You see a lot of police lights out there, doing everything we can do, and nobody should be drinking and driving, like the video showed.
Right.
There's other transportations. You got friends that aren't drunk. You got, or under the influence of narcotics. You got Ubers. You got everything, or walk. It's just something that's unacceptable. It's something I take pride in because obviously this is the community I protect and serve, and I don't want to see anything happen to any of our fine Garden City residents. And
right.
Every time I go to work, that's just
And the sad part, it always seems like the innocent person dies and the drunk survives somehow. Is that because they're just so loose?
Yeah.
Yeah, be a limber.
They're so limber because they're just so out of it.
Yep.
Wow. Sergeant Shippey, do we have any numbers on DUIs in Garden City roughly that you know of?
What, Gary, we do. I didn't bring them here today. I was going to get those, but we just left a traffic crash, and that's why I was a little late getting in here today.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
So I don't have them for you, but we could definitely get them together and chat about those on another show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So how long have you been with the department now, Officer Minch?
About 4.5 years.
4.5 years. Wow. And you already got an award. You got to be pretty proud, huh, Bruce?
Yeah, Jake did a really nice job last year with that. And it's not just 1 year, it's his overall effort since he's been here doing that. And to be honest with you, he's got a lot of guys, I'm going to use the word, at his tails, right? So there's a lot of them out here that are doing the job and really looking out for these alcohol-related driving offenses and drug-related driving offenses today. So kudos to them for all the hard work. Right.
All right. So you don't have the numbers for us. So, and we discussed that it's not just drunk driving, it's drug driving as well.
Yes, and drug driving can be prescription drugs as well as, the legal drugs. So
now, DUI checkpoints, are those something that Garden City can do or has done in the past, or no? Is that difficult?
That's not something that we do here in Michigan. So it's usually based upon our first contact with the driver, whether it be a traffic stop for something unrelated to it, such as speeding or red lights, etc. Could be a vehicle where it might be related, right? We see them swerving, driving in reckless manners, things like that. Or unfortunately, sometimes they're traffic related crashes where we come upon them. Yeah.
Officer Minch, what about teen driving? Are you seeing a lot of teen drunk driving?
I've seen a few. It's definitely, you see drug driving, I think, a little bit more with teens, under the influence of marijuana and stuff like that. And, sometimes if they get their hands on the prescription pills, but it's definitely a thing, and, it's got to be curbed and stopped because it's, they're new drivers to begin with.
Right.
And then, on top of it,
they're
learning everything now about the roadways, the laws and everything. But you know, they don't have enough experience, like, let alone doing it under the influence of something, you know, but it's definitely out there. It's, you know, and that's another thing we try to crack down on too. And people need to understand that drunk driving, drug driving, speed, they all kill.
Yeah, exactly.
They do kill, and it is a real thing.
And Sue, I know that MADD tries to get the parents involved more too, correct?
Yes,
That's really
yeah,
important.
we have a couple programs. One is for underage drinking, and then the power of parents, and to where we can go out to the schools and present a presentation to them, and get the kids involved for them to sign up like a promise piece of paper that they will not drink and drive, and or be under the influence of drugs. And with the power of parents, it's really letting the parent know how to talk to their children about that. And
sometimes even the
hard.
parents have a problem, correct?
Yes, exactly.
So that's really hard.
Yes, and so, you know, just to get the awareness out there about Mothers Against Drunk Driving, to where, you know, we do cover the drugs and alcohol, and so many people think by smoke, because marijuana is legal now, that it's fine to drive being high with marijuana, which is totally wrong.
Totally wrong.
Yes. So trying to make sure people understand that. And but to get back out in the schools, it's been rough last year because of COVID, and to get back out there this year and get the students involved and let them know what can happen, what the consequences are.
Yeah, especially around prom time, graduation. I can remember John Glenn High School in Westland. They would park a car that was wrecked in an accident, and put it right on the crash, not accident. And they would put it right on the property there for them to see every day, you know, as a reminder. Terrible. Rob Cox says the cops sitting on Ford Road definitely has helped with some speeding by the car wash. Yeah, that's good to know. Right, Bruce?
Yeah, that was one of our tasks. We worked with Rob last year and just prior to that regarding some of the traffic offenses and activity at the car wash. And, you know, we were grateful enough to be able to provide an opportunity to slow down a lot of people and be effective there. So, and it's actually turning out to be something that we continually go back to. It just seems to be a spot where a lot of people are speeding and disregarding the traffic control signals there at Harrison.
Right. Speed limit's 40, but boy, they sure don't keep it at 40, do they?
No, they don't.
I'd love to see them lower it through Garden City, but I don't know. That's wishful thinking, I guess.
No, it's not going to happen. It's a state road.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You have to start with them, that's for sure. So MADD also provides victim assistance, correct?
Yes, we do for victims after crash. If a family member themselves were injured or one of their loved ones were killed, and we provide services to them and the components, the materials for grieving, and we recommend counselors to them. And then we do go to court with the victim. We're kind of like a buffer between the prosecutor, and, you know, instead of talking directly to the victim, because they're so upset, emotions are high and everything. So we're a little bit of a buffer then for the prosecutor, and we can explain it in more simple terms. The court language versus versus the prosecutor court language.
Understand it.
So, and it's, you know, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah,
you
I can
know,
imagine.
I'm getting all emotional now.
Yeah,
but it's terrible.
It's tough. It's also very important to have law enforcement support and work closely with each community, right?
Yes, and law enforcement's fantastic with us. They are always out there. I mean, the numbers that I see when I do the law enforcement luncheon, the numbers that come across for the officers, I mean, 35 DUIs for the year 2020 when nobody was even supposed to be out on the road with establishments and bars closed.
That's crazy.
It's terrible.
It is.
Plus, they were going super fast because there weren't many cars on the road.
Yeah.
And so they're breaking the speed limit too.
I did want to put the picture up of Officer Minch. There he is getting his award. Where was this at?
It took place at Mount Pleasant Comfort Inn and Suites in Mount Pleasant
Okay.
on June
okay.
25th.
Looking good. Looking
Yeah.
good, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good job. Great.
Thank you.
Yes.
I just want to tell Sue that, you know, it was an awesome ceremony.
Oh, thank you.
And I definitely think, you know, I know you got a lot going and trying to put together events and stuff, but definitely going to high schools and stuff like that. I think it, you know,
Yeah.
by the time you're driving and stuff, 16, 17, 18 years old, I
Gotta
mean,
get them early.
kids need to see like what the reality of it is. I
Mhm.
mean, like
Oh, yes.
it's like the, you know, the stuff that obviously us police officers and paramedics and firefighters see. I mean, it's like trauma. Like it's terrible because you know the after effect of what just happened after somebody gets killed by a drunk driver or reckless driving or anything. I don't think it's too soon to put this in the kids' heads that it's not okay, and that if it takes you 15 minutes longer to get home by taking an Uber or walking home,
Yeah.
I mean, it potentially saves somebody's life.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because what about the bars now? Are the bars becoming more receptive to getting rides for people that are, you know, drunk
I don't
or
know.
I think it comes down to like
cutting them off?
the biggest
Or,
thing I can see is like it's just an inconvenience. Like people, even if you call them a ride, they don't want to have to worry about coming back and getting their car the next morning. They don't, you know, I mean, the different things that I've heard, like it's just, you know, a lot of people tell me that they shouldn't have been driving and they knew they shouldn't have been driving, but they thought they were okay, and that's not the case. And luckily they were off the road, you know, and you know, unfortunately arrested. But you know what, like innocent victims or possible victims, they don't need to suffer. And you know, like what it puts somebody through, and like what Sue's program shows, it's traumatic. And hearing some of the guest speakers from across the country that have been hit multiple times by people intoxicated on a boat, I mean, it is heartbreaking because it's like they're doing nothing wrong, and now their life is flipped upside down. It's not right.
Yeah.
And there's no excuse for it, you know.
Yeah, you're right. You got to get them early, hit them hard, hit them early.
Yeah. So
And
you're
the
referring
parents,
to our,
it's so important for the parents too to be
yes,
involved.
to be totally involved with the kids. Yes.
Are you seeing more and more parents getting involved? I mean, it's.
I think well, because of COVID, you know, I'm sure now, I mean, with COVID going on, obviously so many lives were lost because of COVID.
Right.
And hopefully people realize how special and precious life is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got people that are attributing to that and drinking and driving. And it's like, your life is precious. What's wrong with you?
I know. It's like,
You know,
be so reckless like that.
because I do mention to the
but then they say it's a disease.
well, at a certain point,
Alcoholism.
it becomes a disease. But usually my first, second time offenders at my VIP.
A VIP, you want to explain what that?
VIP's victim impact panels.
Victim impact.
To where, first, second time offenders are sentenced to attend those.
Okay.
And when I get done speaking, I tell them, I says, your life is just as precious.
Mm-hmm.
What would happen if somebody hit and killed one of your loved ones? Or you had a brain injury? Because once you get a brain injury, you are not the same person.
No.
You are totally different.
Yeah.
And actually, I have a victim that talks about her son who was injured.
Mm.
He, first year of college, Oakland University. They go to Canada, a bunch of them. They come back. His mom told him, don't let your friend, AKA John, I don't know what his name was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, John ended up driving. They drunk as all heck and ran into a house.
Oh, geez.
Was driving the victim's vehicle, and he left the scene and left his best friend there to die.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
So when his mom is telling the story at the victim impact panel, she goes, my son, he's 6 feet under. My new son he needs therapy every day. He's not the same person.
Wow.
You know, and
yeah, it's heartbreaking. It really is.
You know, and the victim's break down crying, telling their story all the time, and it's heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking because it's 100% preventable.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
That
It's
is the
100%
thing.
preventable.
It's 100% preventable. Exactly.
Just like COVID.
Yeah. Cheryl wanted to know, would it be possible to maybe bring that program to Garden City High School?
Yes, we could reach out to Garden City. A lot of the schools reach out to us.
Mhm.
But actually, I would even like to do it in middle school because statistics
Yeah.
are showing now that kids are starting to drink at 11 to 12 years old.
Holy
Wow.
cow. Jeez, oh, Pete. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Now, MAD runs on sponsorship donations, right? Only.
Donations and some sponsorships. We have,
Big corporate
yeah,
helping
big
out.
corporation, which would be countrywide
Mhm.
sponsors are. Um,
Wow.
I-
That's yeah. Well,
have capacity people can volunteer in.
Mhm.
In our main fundraiser coming up, it's a Walk Like Mad event, and that will be August 1st. We're always looking for volunteers to help set up, tear down, be part of the walk. The walk is really, obviously, it's to raise funds, but our teams are made up of victims who lost their loved ones.
Oh, okay.
So we got 19 teams,
Uh-huh.
and it's a great event. I usually cry, of course, and it's so we'd like sponsorships for that, volunteers. We have a volunteer coordinator,
Mhm.
resource, and they could call our main number.
Oh, this is awesome.
285281745. Ask for Allison, and I can transfer you over to Allison. He handles all of the numbers.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, they can get a lot more information on our website
Yeah,
as well.
off our website. Yeah,
MAD.org.
we have court monitoring. The courts open up. You go and sit in the courtroom, listen to what they're handing down for drunk driving arrest, there's sentencings, and there's victim advocacy where you can be part of working with a victim.
Okay.
We have there's clerical work that can be done and all kinds of stuff.
Awesome. Just looking to see if we have any. GCPD is the best. Then. Absolutely. Officer Sergeant Shippey, anything you want to add to this tonight?
No, I other than thank you to Sue and to everybody there at MAD for all of their efforts, and we greatly appreciate the awareness that you bring to the community about this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you guys too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. they do.
For sure. Yes.
They do a good job. They do a great job. I have a question here from Cheryl, Sergeant Shippey. She would know, or Minch, either one. About we hear of habitual offenders 6, 7, or more DUI arrests, and they continue to drive. Some with no since where they're suspended. Are these offenders ever kept in jail?
That's a tough question there. Like in the incidents where we deal with them, like such as Officer Minch when he's doing it, we do our best to recognize people that are operating under the influence, to make those arrests. And then, of course, we want to be proficient enough in all of that, whether it's the paperwork, the identification of the testing, so that we can go to court and confidently testify when needed and sustain a conviction for this. The rest of that, not to put it off, but the rest of it falls upon the courts. And, the nice part is, as Sue will tell you, from some of the earlier days in MAD, a lot of the awareness they bring and them being in court in situations like that, they have other effects, right? Because it puts pressure on the judicial system also to follow through and to hold up their end of things. So we're doing everything we can, and we talk about it every chance we can. Even our community members letting the judges know, hey, this is what we prefer in these things. This is what makes our community feel safer. These are what we need to identify and need help. Your voice goes a long way in the judicial system. So I think we need to come together and keep working harder at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Officer Minch, you agree? I mean, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree 100% with Sergeant Chippy. I mean, it's, you know, whether it's forfeiting people's cars, license plates, whatever. I mean, it's we do everything on our end that we possibly can, but, you know, we're not the judge. But, you know, Garden City PD is a good department, and, you know, everyone here comes to work every day trying to keep the community safe and do the best they can. And we don't want to see anything happen to our citizens. And, you know, I just want to put this out there as well. If anybody has any traffic, you know, complaints, anything, you know, OWI drivers, if they see driving on the road, reckless driving, you know, not only does the traffic bureau handle that, but the road patrol come by, they'll do whatever they can to help out, and don't hesitate to call. I mean, that's what we're here for. You know, the last thing we want to see is one of our citizens get, you know, severely hurt or possibly killed, you know, due to the poor driving of other people. But, you know, I mean, this department is definitely, you know, everyone comes to work every day, you know, to do the best they can for the citizens here and keep everyone safe. So, you know, just call.
You guys are the best, that's for sure. We really appreciate you all the time. So, like I said, they can get a lot more information off the website as well.
Yes, they can.
I mean, there's all kinds of volunteer opportunities, support groups, right?
Yes, we do have support groups. Yes, for the victims. Yeah, we do have support groups.
You'll even mail stuff out to people if they want it, I would imagine.
Yeah, we mail grieving materials to them, etc. And we go meet with them because we do have one manager for victim services and then 3 victim service specialists, and they have their own region. But there's just, and then we have our volunteer resource coordinator, and me. It's just the 6 of us for the entire state.
Wow. Yeah.
So we're busy.
Yeah, I bet. Well, you do a great job. I'll tell you, you really do. Officer Minch, anything else you'd like to say?
I just think to say, thank you to Sue, and, you know, your program's amazing that you run there, and, you know, keep it up. I mean, just like, you know, it definitely goes a long way to a lot of people. And I think we all, and I'm speaking on behalf of the department and Sergeant Shippey there, but love to see you come to Garden City and put on a presentation or something to the high school, middle school, whatever. You know,
definitely get with you.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. That would be great. And Sergeant Shippey, any last words?
Nope. Thanks everybody for listening and for all the great questions and the opportunity to spread awareness.
Yeah, you guys do a great job, and keep up the good work. And Sue, any last words from you? Did we cover everything?
I believe we covered everything. If we're here to talk, we love law enforcement there, because when the victim is there, obviously law enforcement is the first one to see. And you know, being at a crime site, it affects law enforcement, it affects the fire and EMS, and victims really hold law enforcement close and dear to their hearts because they're there with their loved one. And it's just another way of us appreciating them for doing what they do on a daily basis. Because their life is in every day. And it's just another way of us to express our gratitude for you guys.
Yeah. Jerry Thorne from Party Animal His feelings about impaired me is offenders using the medical excuse. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. They use marijuana.
Yeah, marijuana excuse. Yeah, that medical really needed.
Cannabis.
Yeah, still can't drive with it.
No, it's a no. Jerry. All right. Look, I want to thank you guys for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it. We're very proud of the work MADD is due. And also congratulations once again, for your award.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, anytime. You
Congratulations.
guys can come back anytime. Appreciate it. Bruce, you're always welcome, Sergeant.
Thank you.
You guys take care. Say hey for me.
You too. Thank you. Have a good evening, everybody.
Thanks, Kerry.
All right, take care. Good job. All right. Very good. So, did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Wasn't so, was it?
I need to put your headphones on.
You want a picture?
I do.
Here, I'll give you a picture. We're still on there, but that's okay. Now, where's your camera?
It's,
Over here.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm at the bottom.
Yeah, there you go.
Still on.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good. You ready?
Ready?
There you go.
Great. Thanks, Karen.
All right. And you don't have to stick around if you don't want. You go back down and visit with Cheryl.
Well, what are you guys going to do now?
We're going to do some announcements, and I'll remind the people in the next city council meetings Monday, August 9th, in the council located at 6,000 Road. And what is this? Yes. Oh, yeah, your walk. Yeah, I will announce that. That's what Mike does.
We're not on now.
Yeah.
Oh, we are.
What you want?
Well, no, Officer Minch was talking about our Lifesavers luncheon. He mentioned about crash. Our current president, Alex, was 13 years old, and she was on a wave runner and got hit by a drunk driver
Ooh.
driving a boat.
Oh, boy.
It knocked her in the water. She was 3 minutes under the water.
Wow.
And she was in the water.
And this is your current president?
Our current president.
Oh, my God.
And the propeller took her leg off.
Oh,
So she ended up losing her, but she is a tremendous young lady,
yeah.
and got married, and she was just
wow.
at the majority of our victims are through a VOCA grant,
Mm-hmm.
and the president approved it, and so she was invited to go to the White House,
Oh,
watch the signing of that. I do
Wow.
have pictures of her with the president and vice president, which is like super cool.
uh-huh.
Uh,
I can hold up to the camera.
yeah, what a journey for that, you know.
So this is
And
her right there.
yeah,
Wow.
she was at, yeah, and she was at,
There,
she's just a beautiful person.
meeting the president.
Yeah,
Awesome. And so young yet.
yes, honestly, she's in her early 30s. A beautiful girl, great
Great
sense of humor.
story.
Yes, what a
Story.
story. And she got a standing ovation at our luncheon when she was done telling her story. So,
That's
very
great.
special person.
All right.
You know, I have a lot to say.
Well, you want more to say? Go ahead.
Well, because of her walk that we have,
Yeah.
obviously we got victims that are created,
Mhm.
and I joined one of the teams in honor of a staff sergeant, Patrick Wozniacki.
Mm-hmm.
He was a part-time New Baltimore police officer
Okay.
and was a MP out at
Very
Selfridge
veteran.
Air National Base. He served 2 years, and he comes back and got killed by a trooper.
Oh my gosh.
And
Jeez. 5 children.
father of 5,
33 only.
33 years old,
And here.
and
Put that up there. Nice looking guy.
I mean, it happened a while ago with him getting killed. The person that created him is actually a Detroit police officer,
Oh, okay.
and the Detroit police officer is one of my volunteers. He managed my victim impact panels in Macomb County, and he was my staff sergeant Wazinski, and so he created this year in honor of. So that's just, you know, you got 5 children, you know, and
Wow. Yeah, that's heart-wrenching.
it is,
Terrible.
you know, because we deal with the victims, we listen to their stories, we cry with them. it was last week, was the first time I really cried at work.
Mhm.
A 17-year-old killed in Macomb County Heights. And on July 2nd, 5:30 in the morning, going to work. He just got sentenced. He just bought his first car and was struck and killed
Mm.
by a person that was intoxicated with alcohol.
If we can just reach one person, I'm
Yeah.
telling you tonight, it'll be nice because it's going to get out of hand. It's going to get out of
His father called last week, and I got the phone call, and he wanted what we could do for him. And so he was talking about his son and how great his son was, and very young man. And so we got on the phone for about an hour. So it's rough
Yeah.
sometimes.
And that's they need that person to talk to vent
Yes,
sometimes.
they do. Yeah.
It helps a lot. It's heavy for them, really is.
Yeah, and it was their only child.
Wow. Oh boy. Terrible. What else you have? Anything?
Son,
We're gonna announce that.
he's
I'll announce that right up until it happens.
done.
Are you?
I-
This pamphlet or this all this information here. I'll go over this. It's a lot of good information in there.
Yep, that was given out at our Lifesavers luncheon.
Now, where was that at?
That was at Mount Pleasant Comfort Inn and Suites.
Oh, Mount Pleasant.
Right in the middle of the state. Officers
Yeah.
can come from all over the state.
Awesome.
So,
Now, can volunteers go to that too? I mean,
yeah, volunteers. Yep, our volunteers are more than willing to go. And
I may have
yeah,
to see what I can do maybe.
yeah, I had about 181 people,
Oh, good size.
close to 200.
Good
So,
size. Yeah. And it kind of happened after they relaxed the mask and all that.
yeah, it was pretty timely,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Good, good. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming on. That's for sure.
Well, thank
You
you.
did a great job. And come back anytime.
I will.
All right. All right. No, we always have a good.
Yes. Well, thank you, Carrie, for having me. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
absolutely. Anytime.
Okay.
Have a nice visit.
I will.
You're good. Perfect. You just hook that on there. And there you go. All right. Thank you there. We'll be over here. Council is located at 6,000 Middle. These meetings are informative and good way to get involved and voice your concerns. You might have. I believe they are finally going to the final decision truck, right? Or
Yeah, it's coming up.
yeah, on the next.
Last meeting was really,
Yeah,
was complaining about their
yeah, Hennepin.
on Hennepin.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Yeah, that's going to be August 9th, the next council meeting. So if you have any concerns, be sure to voice them at the meeting.
They were modifying that food truck ordinance and
Yeah, the
Yeah,
200
right.
feet to 100 feet or the distance
Yeah,
and
and
blah,
they're-
blah, blah.
they're gonna make some more modifications before they vote. They tabled it this last meeting.
I know. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I forgot that I didn't give you anything that you can read. I have it on here. So next time we're going to have the laptop so you'll be able to read them on there.
Okay.
All right. I'll have it up here next time. It's been so long since we've been in studio that we forgot what to do. I did want to mention that the hazardous waste has been canceled and it hasn't been rescheduled yet either. So as soon as I know something about that, maybe Mayor Wild next week might know. Because
Right, it's in Westland.
yeah, they're going to have it at the mall over there. So unless I hear from Commissioner Anderson before that, and as soon as I find out, I will let everybody know. Let's see. What else you got, Mike? You got
Well-
something there?
Well, we do have the Walk Like Mad 5K
Yes.
that Mad's putting on. So I didn't mention where it is. It's gonna be at the Rochester Municipal Park,
Uh-huh.
406th Street in Rochester.
Hmm.
It's gonna run from 8:30 to 2 on August 21st.
And Rochester, you said?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Well, let's see. I do have some I can bring up here, and then you can comment on them if you want. I don't know. We got one here, STEP, owned and operated by STEP. That means services to enhance potential, stepcentral.org. Yeah, do you see it or no? Not big enough?
No, I just see you and me.
Okay. Well, this is going to be a free drive-in movie night. The Love Bug, I guess they're showing. It's August 25th on 450 South Vinoy Road in Westland. Starts at dusk, and that's presented by our good buddy Don Nicholson Enterprises.
Oh, I can see it now. It's kind of small
Yeah.
on the screen.
How about this? Blues, Brews, and Barbecue?
Yeah, we know that's coming up. Mayor will probably talk about it next week.
Yeah, he wants to come on and talk about that. That's going to be Friday, August 6th and Saturday, August 7th. Now, August 7th will be the fireworks night, I believe. Yeah, fireworks. I think it said that, fireworks. Where did I see that? I know I saw it. National recording artist Thoretta Davis is going to be August 7th at 8:30. And let's see. Thank you to our Eric Clapton level sponsors, Priority Waste, PriorityWaste.com, Wayne County Community College District. And they're going to have all kinds of entertainers there, so you can check that out. Also, if you were unfortunately one of the people who had your basements flooded, FEMA, FEMA is going to be at Maplewood, Henry Ford Centennial Library in Dearborn, Kemry Recreation Center in Detroit, Elton Senior Recreation Center in Dearborn Heights, and the Maplewood Community Center, 31735 Maplewood. They will be there from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Sunday. So if you have any questions or you filled out your forms, be sure to get on over there and get what's due to you. Also, the museum, they have all kinds of stuff going on all the time.
Yeah.
Arting at the museum, August 27th, 6 to 9:30 p.m., 6221 Merriman Road. You can go to the Facebook. They have an event there. You can get your ticket link there. Let's see what else we got. Wednesday drop-in. The city park's having a lot of stuff too going on.
Yeah.
They're really doing a lot of good stuff. Kids dodgeball, ages 6 to 12, 6 to 7:30, $5. Or RC track, all ages, 7:30 to 9:30, that's $10. Limited rentals available. Also drop-in basketball at Garden City Ice Arena, $5 for kids, $6 for adults. Ages 12 to 17, 6 to 7:30, and ages 18 and up, 7:30 to 9:30. And that is at the Garden City Ice Arena, which they have air conditioning now inside.
Unlike our office.
Right.
But we do have a fan.
Yes, we do have a fan circulating the hot air. Hey, next week it should be good though. It's going to start getting cooler. Dearborn, bring that up. Keeps going out. Trying to tell us something. Get off the air, right? There we go.
We got 2 minutes.
We got 2 minutes. Let's see. Let's get a couple more quick ones in here. We're talking about the holidays already. The Garden City High School Holiday Vendor Show. That's going to be December 4th. They're looking for quality crafters. Direct sales. That's limited. It must confirm availability. Contact the vendor at gmail.com or facebook.com/GCHS Craft Show. And more here, if I can. And talking about the Music in the Park for Garden City. It's going to be Thursday, August 19th. Music Tucky performing classic and modern country. So make sure that you're non-perishable item for our Garden City home.
Right.
And that should do it for tonight. You know, Mike, we're always looking for guests be on the show. You know someone, you know, might be interested. It's very easy. You can contact our website, communitychat.com. Just send our name, email address, and a brief message, and we'll catch you within 24 hours. You can also meet us on Facebook and text us at 734-788-9319. Doesn't matter what community you live in, want to do. During this time, you can do the show remote and safely from the comfort of your home or office like tonight. Maybe you own a business or belong to an organization you'd like to share your information with us and the surroundings. If so, contact us today. We look forward to hearing. And one more thing before we go. I know I say this every show, but I want to know that get the word out. And that's word is our show has memories, and everyone is welcome to come on, tell their story. Yes, we are Garden City Community Chat, but we will continue to always be a platform and a voice for the communities and those who wish to be a part of our show. So go ahead and contact us when you're ready, and we look forward to hearing from you as well. That said, Mike, I think we're going to call this a podcast. Special thanks to our guest, Sue Straw, Ed, and also Garden City Police Officer Jacob Minch. Again, on behalf of our community, congrats on your award and keep up the great work that you're doing. Also, thanks to K-9 Officer and Community Resource Officer, our good friend Sergeant Bruce. You always do a good job. It's been a real pleasure to have you all on tonight. I also thank my co-hosts, Don Nowinski and Mike. Great job as always. Mike, any final thoughts tonight?
I just want to encourage people to get vaccinated so we can get control of this virus.
It's getting out of hand.
And it's unvaccinated people that are perpetuating it.
Yeah, now they're even saying even if you're vaccinated, they want you to wear a mask because that's so highly contagious, that Delta variant.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's so many that are vaccinated yet. That's true. The show will be available after we sign off tonight, so catch it later at your convenience if you tuned in late by going to facebook.com/GCChat. Also, catch us on our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for GC Community. And please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the subscribe button. We would really appreciate it. And as always, we can thank all of our healthcare workers, first responders, police, and everyone on the front lines who serve every day. Thank you enough. Be safe, and we want you to know that you and your families are in our prayers every day. And when you see any of these heroes, please let them know how much you appreciate them. Remember, the success of a community depends on the community. Please support your local business. Did you have something to say?
No, I do want to acknowledge the people who are watching tonight.
Yeah, we should, shouldn't we? That's the idea. I forgot. Got so engrossed. Pat is in there. Hi, Pat. How are you? Yes, go Tigers. Will Height is in there. Owner of Backyard Barbecue. Good food. Andy Abraham, how are you, Andy? Julie Grigg Begin there. How you doing, Julie? Thanks for joining us. Mrs. Chat in there. Garden City Fire Chief Kathy Harmon. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you as always. Rox is in there. The good realtor, and Rob. Tina Wing from the Garden City Garden Club there. Let's see. Mary Thorne from People Travel. A lot of good there. Denise Stabley. Hi, Denise. How are you? Long time no talk. Hope you're doing well. Let's see what else we got. Sarah is in there. Kevin Kramus was in there. How you doing, Kevin? Have to get you back too, my friend.
Yeah.
Mark Vukovitz is in there. All kinds of good people. We always appreciate you joining us tonight. We have some internet issues. I'm sorry. They should be okay now. Don't forget, we like to promote community, so let's be united and support one another. And please consider getting vaccinated, like Mike said. We all need to work together to get those numbers back down. It's up to each and every one of us. And Mike, if you see something,
Say something.
absolutely be sure to look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, be sure to head on over to tomsweather.com. Great user-friendly website. We will see you right back here next week, August 5th, when we'll be chatting Westland Mayor William and the Blues and Barbecue event coming soon. So until then, please consider getting vaccinated. Thanks for listening. Stay safe and have a good night. Mike, take care. See you. Bye.